DJ Mix Master Chaos. Yo, 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 it's your boy DJ Mixmaster Chaos on this beautiful Wednesday evening, broadcasting live in Quasi, Arizona. Live and direct, baby, as always. Yeah. Damn, I'm fucking up now. Let me put my tick up here. Yeah. I'm in the place to be, y'all. Hope everybody's having a good day. I am, I know. Shit. Still dealing with allergies. Be stopped up every now and again, goddamn it. Can't stand cold weather. Cold weather makes me feel nauseous. Whatever the fuck the word they be saying. But anyway, let's talk rant. Wednesday's rant. You know what I'm saying? I got some stuff to talk about, man. You know, shout out to my bro, old Brockman, Officer Brockman, Hollandale PD, tried to give me a debate about R. Kelly versus Michael Jackson, you know, R.I.P. I'm going to talk about that later, though, but much love to you guys, you know what I'm saying? I know I didn't leave no, what's the name, to let everybody know I was getting ready to go live, but I'm live now. But I just got out of Facebook jail. As y'all probably see my post on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? If you guys follow me on Facebook. I was in Facebook jail because of a little post, a little comment that I made, but it wasn't nothing seriously. But, you know, in this day and time, they take everything out of context and everything. So anyway, I just want to say, first of all, you know what I'm saying, if you don't want to watch me on Facebook, just in case Facebook shut me down or whatever the case may be, you can always subscribe to my channel at DJ Chaos the Mixmaster, you know what I'm saying? Just in case the wicked try to shut me down on Facebook, you always can watch me on YouTube. And if you got any kind of good paraphernalia, business, you know, business savvy or whatever the case may be, You can always hit me at chaoticdjsmusic@gmail.com. You can send me some music if you're a singer, rapper, or whatever the case may be. I do take my people's come ups and promote it. I'm supposed to be doing a documentary myself real soon. I know I've been talking about this goddamn documentary since 2013, 2014, but I finally going to get it done. I got some guys that's going to help me get the production started. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be called the M documentary, which is my name, Maurice, or Mixed Master Chaos, you know what I'm saying, in that initial. I'll let y'all know and I'll keep y'all posted, because I'll probably most likely be sharing it on Facebook and YouTube and all these other little social media platforms. But what's going on, Mr. Spencer? Long time no see, brother. Last time I seen you, man, I was doing my doing my DJing on Facebook, but I don't do that anymore on Facebook since they all with this old copyright infringement crap. So I pretty much don't do that anymore on Facebook because they all in their fucking feelings with the goddamn copyright infringement shit. So I don't fuck with it no more. But I'm finna start doing my live sets on I was doing it on Twitch and Mixcloud. But I'm finna start doing my lives when I get back to Mississippi on TikTok. I think TikTok would be a better place for me. Because basically you can reach out to a lot of people. There's a lot of people be watching, all type of DJs from all over the world on TikTok. And they don't fuck with you about copyright infringement. All they do is just take the video, period. You don't play the video back. You don't, it's just live and direct, boom. After the show is over, they cut it. So that's why they don't fuck with you on the copyright infringement. It's the same thing Facebook could do. You know what I'm saying? If they all that, if it's all that, they could just cut the goddamn video, you know what I'm saying, after you get through showing the video, But that's a whole nother detail. But anyway, let's get into this goddamn topic tonight. Do the youngsters respect or listen to their elders in today's society? Well, as far as I can see, they don't. Because I don't know if y'all seen the tweets or whatever. I went on Twitter. I barely even be on Twitter like that, but I just went on there just to see what the outcome was about the Super Bowl 50. And shout out to the LA Rams, my hometown, stand up, LA, whoop, whoop, you know what I'm saying? West Coast, once again, you know what I'm saying? The city of champs, the Lakers, Dodgers, the motherfucking Clippers. Now you got the Rams. Shit is all to the good. You know what I'm saying? And what's the damn hockey team? Kings, my last name. The LA Kings, you know what I'm saying? I mean, city, they call it, what they call it in Inglewood, where the stadium is at, where the Super Bowl was played at. They call that the city of champs, which is the truth, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was looking on Twitter, and what I seen was a bunch of young folks versus people my age and older bickering back and forth about the halftime show. And what it was all about was that the young folks were thinking, the young folks was like, you know what I'm saying, basically saying that them guys are too old to be on stage performing or rapping or whatever the case may be. And here's my thing with the whole get down with that. If young folks really, really, really understood the history of hip-hop has no age. Even though, they'll put it out there like it's an age situation, but it's not really no age situation in hip-hop. But a lot of times you might find yourself looking at an more younger person rapping all the time or whatever the case may be, which is understandable. But at the same time, you still supposed to pay homage to the pioneers of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop started before I was born, and I'm 46 years old. So hip hop started, according to the hip hop scholars, it started in '73. I think it was August 11th, 1973, by a DJ named DJ Kool Herc. Kool Herc. And Kool Herc brought hip hop, excuse me, which was boom bap or whatever, to the States from Jamaica. I think it was Jamaica. It was from the islands. I can just put that. I'll put it that way. I just say the islands. And it had it had a nice little high bass frequency sound that everybody liked, because one thing about black people, we don't know our heritage to a certain degree when it comes down to music. And a lot of times these young folks, they don't know because we didn't teach them. You know what I'm saying? And for those out there that, basically be trying to give an argument with these young folks about what music is all about, whatever the case may be, what sounds good, what sounds bad. A lot of times you got to start with these young folks at a younger age, man. You can't just wait till they get damn near fully grown and start to teach them shit, because they already got this mind made up of what they think hip hop is all about. But anyway, I was saying DJ Kool Herc basically brought this new sound to the States, and not to mention that it wasn't really, it was just like he brought a new type of musical environment, for young folks. But as time grew, it becomes like almost 50 years later, it becomes what we basically glorified now. So y'all can give shout outs to DJ Kool Herc for that come up, because, if it wasn't for him, none of this will never occur in society. But anyway, they were arguing on Twitter about the halftime show, and people were bickering, like I said, back and forth, saying Dr. Dre was old and Snoop Dogg is too old, and Mary J. Blige, Eminem, basically talking shit. And the older folks basically talking shit about the young folks, not saying they don't know good music when they hear it or whatever the case may be, and that our hip hop sounds better than their hip hop. And it's like going back and forth. And it just is, and the media is eating it up like catfish, because it's like saying, damn, the young folks don't respect the older folks don't respect the young folks. So it's just like a big situation going on, but it's crazy, man, for real. Hey, first lady, what's happening? Welcome as always. But so my thing is, these guys did their thing. It was a beautiful halftime show. I enjoyed it, even though I don't even watch football like that. But when they said that they was going to be on there, I said to myself, shit, I'm going to make sure I see it, you know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing to see that they gave Dre, that love and respect, to be on stage and basically show what he brought to the table, because Dr. Dre, was the head runner for the group NWA back in the 80s. And it basically put LA more on the map than ever, No disrespect to Easy and no disrespect to brother Ice-T, even though today's Ice-T's birthday, happy birthday, OG. And no disrespect to Ice-T, because Ice-T was really the godfather of gangster rap, so-called gangster rap, because Ice-T came out before Eazy came out. But Dre was the mastermind with the beats and samples and stuff of that time, and even later on down the line, you know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for Dre, the NWA wouldn't sound as good as it sounded good as they came out to sound. You know what I'm saying? Because Dre was just like me. Dre started off DJing, and he started making beats and stuff like that later on down the line. And he was already masterminded on this sound. And that's just like a West Coast thing, you know what I'm saying? That become basically, you know, viral everywhere now, because now you got a lot of DJs and stuff that basically are doing the same thing Dre was doing. But my thing is, again, young folks need to learn how to listen and respect the culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if they're not being taught and told how this situation is supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying, then hey, they're gonna make those bad decisions and, you know, try to overthrow the people that are older than them, you know. Because I had an argument, well, it wasn't an argument, it was a debate last night about R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. And people was, you know, and the young folks was like, you know, R. Kelly is the best entertainer, you know, ever than Michael Jackson. But lo and behold, if these young folks really knew the Michael Jackson that I know, and that and people that are my age group and older know, they wouldn't have said no sucker stuff like that, because they would realize that Michael Jackson paved the way for guys like R. Kelly to really get on the stage and do his thing. Because I seen somebody was saying, like, you know, who can make love to Beat It, a Billie Jean? But that just goes to show you the young mind, to the fact where they saying some stuff like, you know, they basically talking about what they don't seem to know and understand. Because Michael Jackson he didn't just make Billie Jean and Beat It. He made a whole anthology of music. I'm talking about his list is big as hell. Even some of the music, like I was telling First Lady earlier today, this man had music that wasn't even released. They just started releasing some of his stuff after he passed 12 years ago. So, I mean, for people to sit up here and try to talk, you know, the king of pop, means that you really don't know music like you think you do. And me, like I say, I'm not saying I'm perfect and I know everything. But one damn thing I do know is that R. Kelly ain't not even close to being the greatest than Michael Jackson. Not even close. Even if you wanted him and wish that R. Kelly was better than Michael Jackson. Okay, yeah, he sung slow jams. Okay, yeah, he did that. But at the same time, that's all he did. He probably did a couple of songs and wrote for some folks or whatever the case may be. Okay, Michael Jackson done the same thing. Michael Jackson danced, he sing, he performed. He done things that most of these, it takes probably 20 artists to do. Michael Jackson did it by himself and sold out stadiums, arenas, all over the earth. There were other parts of the country, parts of the world that didn't even speak a lick of English, but they knew the Thriller album from beginning to end. Michael Jackson could just stand up on stage and make 20-some goddamn fans fall the fuck out and faint. I haven't seen that happen with R. Kelly yet. Well, of course you can't see that now because he's locked up, but but I'm just saying, I have never seen him even have that type of impact or affection on people like Mike did. Mike had people from all over the world fainting and falling out, including America. This man was just that popular with love and care from the masses of the world. I mean, don't get me wrong, R. Kelly, had love too, but not that type of love. Because you can go into different countries and they don't even know who the fuck R. Kelly is, but they know who Michael Jackson is. You can go to the smallest town in Switzerland, they know who Michael Jackson is. Ask them who R. Kelly is. They can be like, "R who?" And it's not a diss, it's not a cap, it's just the truth. It's the truth. It's the God's given truth. You know, but I had, no disrespect to the brother for trying to basically show me all these songs that R. Kelly came out with that were all love songs or whatever the case may be. But it doesn't matter because I don't care. R. Kelly can have 1,000 goddamn love songs. It still don't match up to the performance and entertainery that Michael Jackson produced when he was alive and well. Anytime you have young kids wanting to be him, dressing like him, this man had clothing, jackets and stuff, penny loafers and glitter and gloves and shades, Jerry curl. He had all this shit that basically glorified who Michael was. Ain't nobody sitting up there trying to dress like no R. Kelly. But like I say, when you're young and you're looking at the surface of the earth instead of the grass root, you don't know what the fuck. You don't know how the fuck that tree started growing. You're just looking at the surface. You don't realize that there are growth veins that grows that tree up under the surface of the earth that makes that tree continue to grow. And people in this day and time, these young folks nowadays, they don't understand that. It's our fault because a lot of us turned our backs on them. You know what I'm saying? And don't teach them what's real and what's not real. So a lot of times they will say R. Kelly is better than Michael Jackson. I mean, because they really don't know. They think they know, but they don't know. Like First Lady said, surface level thinking. They're not going down in grassroots. So, because, by them saying R. Kelly is the greatest entertainer ever, you basically outing Stevie Wonder, James Ingram, Bobby Brown, the brother that just had a birthday for him, God rest his dead, Al Jarreau. I mean, it's a whole list of people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, George Benson, shit, I can go all night long. That made beautiful music that made R. Kelly pack up his shit and leave. I mean, even the GOAT of slow jams, that basically where R. Kelly got most of his craft from, Marvin Gaye. God rest his dead. Marvin Gaye, super genius. And even from the 60s, 70s, into the 80s, Marvin Gaye was getting bigger and bigger and bigger because he had that appeal that R. Kelly has now. And that's pretty much what R. Kelly, I wouldn't be surprised. R. Kelly said he got his singing mass appeal from Marvin Gaye because that's who he reminded me of. He reminded me of a 90s version of Marvin Gaye. Because anything that R. Kelly sings, man, he can sing, goddamn, he can do a Folgers coffee commercial. The best part of waking up, he'll sing that shit, and they be trying to go buy the album out the store. Back then. I mean, that's how Marvin Gaye was. Because when Marvin Gaye was singing, Marvin Gaye sung so damn good, he sung at the national anthem for the Lakers versus Philadelphia 76ers back in the day when I was a little boy. And when he sung, this shit sounded so good. It sounded so good to where they was actually recording it as he was singing it at the damn forum. And it was because he was just that talented. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but, and then, you know, he died in 84, you know, but, you know, it, like I say, these young folks really don't know music. They really don't know the history of our culture. Excuse me. And it's just, it's mind boggling to me. It really is, you know, and the more, you know, like I say, and the reason why I brought that up is because that's what the topic is all about. Do youngsters respect or listen to their elders in today's society? A lot, I beg the difference to say they don't. You might have a small portion of them that does, but for the most part, they don't listen because they don't know how to listen. Because one thing about it, a lot of these young folks, you know, especially in our community, the black community, singly raised in a single parent home, they are taught to just do whatever. Now, I'm just being honest. They're not taught to listen. They're not taught to be, they hold themselves accountable for anything nowadays. They just do, you know. And that's why it's hard to just sit up there and try to talk to a young man and tell him, put the gun down. Don't shoot your brother. Don't shoot your cousin. Don't shoot your nephews or your mother or your father or whoever the fuck because you mad. Learn how to stand up on your own 2 feet and figure this shit out. No, you don't. No, you all you know how to do is just get buck wild with a pistol because you don't know no better. You've been bitch made and bitch raised. You know, God rest the dead to my brother, you know what I'm saying, Julio. You know, he lost his life by one of his own family members. But the moral of the story is I know who Julio is. I didn't know who Isaac was, but but now since I've seen a picture, because see, I haven't seen Isaac in years, but I know who Isaac is. And I've met Isaac years ago when he was a little boy. And he's real young. He's a young man. And one thing I can say about young folks is that a lot of times they get caught up in not knowing how to put themselves in a position of listening when an older person is talking to them. So a lot of times they get themselves caught up and get emotional and get pissed for all the wrong fucking reasons instead of just learning to listen. Because, you know, I'm sure Julio wasn't hurting a young man or whatever the case may be, but he was probably, knowing Julio, was probably trying to tell the brother right and trying to get him straight, and he didn't want to hear it. And a lot of times, sometimes, you know, we find ourselves getting to the point where these young folks, they literally be, and they get emotional real quick, real fucking quick, because hey, like I say, they just ain't used to constructive criticism. They ain't used to nobody telling them right from wrong. So they get mad and they do stupid ass shit like that, you know. And I've seen it done. I've seen it many times before. And it's a hurting feeling, especially when you know, if you know, I mean, that's the reason why I find myself sometimes I have to be very careful on some of the people that I talk with. Because I know that a lot of them are not going to want to listen to me when I tell them really the truth. Because I'm not going to lie to them. If they're doing stupid ass shit, I'm going to basically talk about it. Now, how they take it is beyond me. Because I'm not going to let you get that close to me in the first place to even want to pull a gun out on me. You know, because if we can't have a straight up conversation and you feel like that you're gonna get violent with me, we're not gonna even talk. You go your way, and I'm gonna go my way, because that's not gonna get you nowhere. It's not. Ain't gonna do nothing make you like a goddamn fool. And see, like I say, I've been knowing brother Julio for a long time, and for him to lose his life like he did, it really hurts on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not the only one that have lost their life the last couple of months in Hollandale, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? It's more, and it was, like I say, all this bullshit where it gets to the point where people getting their feelings because you're trying to tell them something. It's beyond me. It's fucking beyond me. It really is. Because I know that young brother must have been doing some fuck shit in order for him to do what he did to brother Julio. My heart and condolence goes out to the Tops family, because I know a pretty good heap of them. You know what I'm saying? Much love to them guys, the family, friends and stuff, But it just goes to show you, man, how things happen within the split of a blink of an eye. It just happened. And then when you realize, you're like, damn, I know this didn't just happen, but it did. But anyway, more the merrier. Moving right along. I find myself a lot of times when I hear about situations where people end up killing, people younger, older, you know what I'm saying, especially black, our people. It's just like, you can tell that a lot of us don't know history whatsoever. And the powers that be are doing a damn good job by hiding our history from us, from our youngins. That's the reason why I'm so glad First Lady is able to teach her youngins what's really going on out here. So that way they'll be more noticeable about their surroundings and things of that nature. So that way it won't happen to them. Because a lot of times, these youngsters, they haven't raised themselves. They can't raise themselves. It's got to be a mother and a father in the picture, regardless if you want to believe this shit or not, or like it or not. Because like I said, I've been saying it before. Most black women saying they don't need a man. I don't need a man. But at the same time, your son is suffering, your daughter is suffering, because there's not another gender in the house, male gender in the house. There's only a female gender in the house, and she can do just as much as she can. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the thing that hurts the most about history, because I know I never pretty much said this. I probably have on some of my podcasts, but it pretty much hurt me when I hear a black woman saying that she got to go get 2 jobs, work 2 jobs. And I'm here to tell you, it's not destined for you to work 2 jobs. It's barely destined for a man to work 2 jobs. Better you weren't working 2 jobs. You putting a whole lot of stress and wear and tear on your body. That's why you be so edgy. And you be so edgy to say that you don't need a man when you really do. And your daughter and your son, they hardly ever get a chance to see you because somebody else is watching them while you doing all this chasing the bag. That ain't no good look. because you don't know what your child's going to be influenced on, but you actually trusting a family member or a close friend to watch your kids while you working your ass to the bone. And I know it's basically hit you upside the head like, why the hell am I doing this? And even to the point where you start thinking like, damn, I do need a man. But you trying to encourage yourself to think that you don't need one because you're afraid what Shay, Shaniqua, and them will say if you get one because they don't have one. But here's the hurting part about the whole situation. You end up starting to break down with your health. You start getting all these different types of health issues, cancers and stuff. It's because you basically throwing yourself to the lions by doing what God said not to do. And you're supposed to be a good Christian woman, but at the same time, you're trying to out what the Most High gave you orders to do as a woman, but you rather for the same motherfucker that told you you ain't shit and your man ain't shit to tell you that you don't need a man. Think about that. Then you look up, your kids are suffering, but you on Facebook Live telling everybody that you got it going on. Everything's good. I ain't got a man. I don't need no man. I got my kids. And your kids are just what they are. Your kids. They're not no grown folks. They're your child. They're your children. But a lot of y'all treat y'all children like grown motherfuckers. That's why a lot of these kids get out here and be so fucking disrespectful to you, to your surroundings, and even to law enforcement. See, the media ain't gonna tell you that the police pull these young folks over because they're so disrespectful and they're getting their ass whooped by the cops. And don't get me wrong, I don't fuck with law enforcement. But I know how far to go with shit and how far not to go with shit. And a lot of times when I see these videos, it be just what it is every time. It's like a symbol of bullshit that happens all the time. Yum 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 yum. That irritates them cops. You might say, well, they need to get another damn job, another fucking profession. Well, that might sound good, fine and dandy, or whatever the case may be, but whose narrative, who's in control of how they do shit? It's showing the hell ain't you. Even though you pay taxes for them to get their salaries or whatever the case may be, according to the government, but at the same time, you're not in charge on how they police your neighborhood. So they doing what the fuck they want to do, according to what is basically guardian them to do. So they'll go in your neighborhood, shoot you up, and don't give give 10 shakes of a fat rat's ass. But most of all, they already know ain't no man in your house that's going to protect you from this bullshit or your kids' bullshit. Because it's the same narrative over and over again. The man is not there and these kids are running wild. And it shouldn't be like that. Because when I was coming up, I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Never. What's up with it, DJ Ross? Bro, I know I heard y'all enjoyed yourself last Saturday at the Valentine's party. I see you up there getting back, bro. Having a good time. Yes, sir. I mean, but yeah. A lot of young folks don't understand that, speak when spoken to. If that cop is talking to you, You listen to what he said. If he said give him your driver's license, whatever the case may be, you just do just that. Make his life happy, make his life better, or her life better, make your life better, and move the fuck on. But you sitting up there mouthing off and talking about you know your rights and this and that. No, you don't. You don't know your rights. You only know that you can talk to your daddy that you say ain't in your life, or motherfuckers that your mama said ain't shit, or whatever the case may be. But you don't know that the motherfuckers that's on the street that are cops, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't know you. They ain't got to do a goddamn thing but do what they do. You know, I mean, I seen a video where this young lady got roughed up by the cops out in my hometown in California. I think it was Rialto. Rialto, California. And I guess she was riding a mini bike. And, you know, when I was coming up out there back in the days, we rode go-karts and dirt bikes, but we rode them in the alleys. But sometimes we would try to be slick and riding on the street. And you might well get ready for it. They're going to pull you over, and they're going to either take you a minute, they're going to give you a warning, or they're going to fine you the second time. The third time, they're just going to take it. It all depends what officer it is in the area. If it's an officer that's pretty cool, he might let you get away with it. But if it's a cop that's having a bad day, don't really want to be in the area, whatever the case may be, he probably just take the whole fucking mini bike, go-kart, or whatever the fuck you driving, and take it in and impound it, have it impounded. I think the young lady, they showed one part of the video, but the way they showed it was like she was basically being roughed up by the cops. Me knowing how society have these young folks and gas these young folks up to doing sucker shit, I think that it was a bigger picture than what it was, according to that video. To me, I'm thinking the young lady was just going ham and eggs with this officer. And she probably was hollering, acting like she was suicidal, acting all nutty, like she needed a straight jacket on. And they basically grabbed her and held her down. They went excessive force on her. And everybody like them racist ass cop, them fucked up ass cop, they wrong for doing a child like that. Yeah, if you say so. But is she not wrong for talking back to the cops? Or trying to bite, or kick and scream, kicking and bite, or whatever, scratch the cops, or whatever the case may be, when the cops is just asking her questions? Do y'all ever think about that? No, y'all don't. Y'all just, because the media helps with the confusion of the two. The cops are confused. The black masses, we're confused. So we don't know what they expect no more. I can understand that. I truly understand that. Because I come from that. South Central LA, before Rodney King got his ass whooped, that been going on in South Central LA. That ain't nothing new. Niggas been getting their ass kicked by the cops. Hell, all the way back to the 1965 Watts riots, they were getting their ass kicked. That ain't shit new about what happened to Rodney King, God rest his dead. But in this generation now, it's a lot more different than what was going on back then. Because the cops back then were just assholes completely. Because you got to remember, in 1965, this was around the wrath of the Jim Crow era. So racist cops was not even a thing of the past, because it happened. You know, I've heard stories when I was living in LA that it was a street called Alameda Boulevard. Y'all can look it up on the map or Google it. But Alameda Boulevard, it runs north and south. Anything east of Alameda Boulevard was where the Caucasians stayed at back in the 60s. And that was Linwood, Norwalk, Downey. Back south was Compton. White people used to stay in Compton before it is now. You couldn't even cross over Alameda Boulevard at nighttime. If you came over there, your ass came over there to work, and you took your ass back over to South Central. You didn't come hanging out or past east of Alameda Boulevard, because the cops had a problem with you if you did that. But that's how it was. But you know, the thing is now things have changed since then to where we do stupid shit amongst each other on autopilot for the system of white supremacy. And that's why these young folks are just out of control, because they don't know history. They don't know shit. You know, anytime you hear a young lady saying that Nicki Minaj have done more for black people than Martin Luther King, that lets you know right in there we ain't got very long. We ain't got very long. I know when I read that tweet, I couldn't do nothing but to say, yeah, she must be one of those young twerkers. Because that's the dumbest shit ever, to think that a motherfucking singer like Nicki Minaj has done more for the blacks than Dr. King. And this man marched all over the goddamn country trying to get equal rights to where y'all doing sucker shit now, jumping up and down. Y'all couldn't do none of that shit back in the days when it was segregated. All these twerk videos and talking shit to the grown folk or whatever the case, all the goofy ass shit y'all doing now, y'all couldn't do that shit back then. You think Rodney King got his ass whooped? Oh, they was terrible. They was severely terrible back then. And Martin Luther King basically was trying to break that shit up. Not just Dr. King, but many others. Medgar Evers, Brother Malcolm, Elijah Muhammad, the Black Panthers, you know what I'm saying? The Deacons of Defense, you know, a whole lot of, you know, the Freedom Riders, you know what I'm saying? All these people was trying to help black people get equal rights in this country. And for that young lady to say Nicki Minaj did more for blacks, is like, okay, yeah, what did she do? Teach you how to go over to these other countries and get an inflatable ass? That ain't nothing. Or teach you how to get on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, or Instagram. The Instagram is the mecca of ass twerking videos. Yeah. That's what she helped y'all do. Got that far on some sucker shit like that. Yeah, she did that. Now that's what she did. She did that. That's the only thing she did that Dr. King didn't do. He didn't teach you how to shake your ass and do stupid ass shit on social media. But as far as helping us get on the righteous path of life, like human beings supposed to be, that's where she got off the goddamn bus at. But like I said, I understand where that young lady's coming from, because she don't know history. Just like my brother stood up there and talked about R. Kelly better than Michael Jackson. You don't know the history. If young men and women in this society was to sit down and quarantine themselves for at least a month, let's go a whole month, and read up on a lot of stuff before their time, I believe they'll have a whole bigger mindset, a better positive mindset than what they have now. Because there's a lot they can be looking up on, they can read up on. I mean, they can start with Elijah Muhammad's book, A Message to the Black Man. How to Eat to Live. I mean, read books on how you became a Christian Negro. Oh, it's all kinds of stuff you can read up on. It's all kind of videos and stuff on YouTube that they post all the time that YouTube be trying to snatch off but they study put it back up there because there are people out here in society that are my age and older that want the young folks to get an understanding on where they come from and where they might end up if they don't get their shit together. You know, but a lot of us seems to lose that type of mindset because, like I say, we only been raised with one of the parents in the house, and she can only do so much. But anyway, thought my brother would probably chime up on in here. I know he probably working his ass to the bone because I sent him a message. So he didn't respond back, so I know he's probably pretty much busy. But let's see, what is this? Oh yeah. Much love to my brother T Love. God rest his dead. That's another person who's also had deceased in Hollandale. Tell you, boy, we're getting up out of here. For real, we're getting up out of here. It's a hurting feeling. You know, so I want to talk about him. My brother, I shout out to Tree. She the one that inboxed me and told me about T Love and said he had passed. And I was like, man, I just couldn't believe it because I seen the brother, posting back here a couple of weeks ago. It seemed, but like I say, one thing about it, one is just like I've always said, one day you here, next day you gone. Because it be that way. Let me see, what am I doing? I think that'll come up. Still trying to work this. I want to give me a computer worker. I'm still trying to learn this shit. I put up the wrong file. There we go. Okay, there we go. But God rest the dead to my brother T Love, aka Timothy Lattimore. Gonna be missed, my brother. I remember I still got your messages in my inbox because he had been reaching out to me on several occasions. Because, like I said, when I first met him, man, I met him when I first moved to Hollandale back in the early 90s. And we were in school. We was in high school together. And he was real laid back, cool, calm, and collected brother. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can tell you for sure, he's a funny guy too, because we used to trip out and laugh and this talk about shit. I told him about my street life in California. He was telling me, about the vice lords and stuff. Because that was my first time really hearing of the vice lord gangs through him and Tyrone White back in the days. Peace with my brother Tyrone White. You know what I'm saying? And when I was talking with him, he was just like, Vice Lords is like the Bloods, you know what I'm saying? Because we wear red and stuff. I'm like, oh, for real? I'm like, okay. And so we became solid, you know what I'm saying? And I look up, I didn't see him anymore and then realized he had got in trouble and he was off to prison, on his way off to prison. And then he had been locked up a long time to where I haven't seen him since high school. And then when he got out, and I seen him, And I looked because he had put on some weight because he was skinny, little guy back in the day. He had a little curly hair and shit. And I seen him. I said, I told somebody, I said, is that T Love right there? And they're like, yeah, he just got out of prison. I was like, hell no. I went over there. I said, what's up, nigga? He said, what's up, man? And came and hugged me and shit. And I said, damn. I said, nigga, do you even know who you talking to? He said, man, come on, man. Bus 23, man. Come on, man. LA, South Central. And I said, yeah, that's me. He bust out laughing and shit. And I was like, it was good to see him out, you know what I'm saying? And then I will see him every now and again. He'll come to Hollandale, back and forth or whatever the case may be. And I think the last time I seen him, he was in Hollandale, and I think that was 2016, because I was over my bro Goat house, because him and Goat was real tight like that, because Goat VL too. So I was over there talking to Goat's mother and niece and stuff, and he came by and hollered at Goat's mom and stuff, and that was I think that was pretty much probably the last time I really just was up close to him, talking to him. And then he texted me in 2019, and he'll text me every now and again on and off, you know what I'm saying, asking to see how I'm doing and stuff, telling me to holler at him and call him and stuff. If I, because he had seen that I had lost my aunt back in January of 2019. And, like I said, dude was very humble. Brother was very humble, very, very humble. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be truly missed as well. And I tell you, bro, that dude, I done lost a lot of well-known people I've been knowing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. For real, it's crazy. But that's just how it is. One day you're here, the next day you're gone. And sometimes one day you're here, the same day you're here, you're gone. I mean, that's why you got to live every day like it's your last. Because you just never know. And, and I'm sure, I think he had surgery or something, because I think he had to have surgery or something back here. And he got out, and he was doing pretty good. But a lot of times, it ain't always what it seems. Because sometimes people can be dying and they not let you know what's really wrong with them, but they try to do all they can to keep a happy face, to not worry others. And that's got to be the strongest person in the world to do some stuff like that. On some real stuff. But anyway, guess I'll get ready to go ahead and wrap it up. I ain't going to go an hour this time. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this podcast up. Shouts out to you guys that was watching, you know what I'm saying, showing love as always. First Lady, love you. Appreciate you always holding things down. You should have been on here on the video, but I know you helping the youngins with their homework so they can take their little butts to bed. But appreciate your support as always. You've been supporting me since day one on this podcast. You and others, I mean, they know who they are. I don't have to name drop. They know exactly who they are. It's the one that been looking out for me since a long time ago. I had to put it that way. And much love to my brother, Dark Prince, and brother Judah. Bro, wherever you are, man, we got to get back on it again. I know you've been trying to wrap this schooling stuff up because you're trying to hurry up and get that shit out the way so that way we can get back to collaborate on some things, on some topics and stuff. Because I know he's been clearly on it. That I know. You know what I'm saying? Much love to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to pretty much do it for the podcast tonight. I don't know. I might not do just our opinion this Saturday, even though I've been very skimpy on my podcast because, like I said, I be running like 90 going north, you know what I'm saying? Run up and down these highways and byways trying to make it happen. And it'd be so kind of hard, trying to do these podcasts and drive a truck. But see, so I'm on my break now, so I have enough time to do stuff like this right now. But even with my DJing online, I haven't been DJing in a while. A lot of people probably say, you stop DJing? No, I still do my music. I still love music. I still do my music. I just haven't done music now because I got my laptop for DJing in my truck. But the bad news is I left my damn power plug in Mississippi, so I can't fuck with it. So I have to, like I'm doing this podcast on this, what's the name laptop? My Verizon laptop. Yeah, shout out to Verizon Wireless, one of the best cell phone companies in the country. Yeah, I upgraded to a laptop, and a free laptop rather, and this is what I'm doing my Rant podcast off of. You know, if it wasn't for this laptop, y'all wouldn't see this rant. Because I sure left my damn power plug at home for my other laptop. And I got 4 goddamn laptops. And you would have thought I would have probably brought one of them power plugs with me. But I was so busy when I was in Mississippi trying to pack up and leave. I fucked around there and forgot. Fucked around there and forgot my power plug. But anyway, it's your boy, DJ Mixmaster Chaos, as always. You guys be safe, easy, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. And I'm out. Deuces.
DJ Mixmaster Chaos.
Fool!